So at the end of 2019, I went on a trip to Queensland, namely the city of Brisbane. For those outside Australia, let me explain. I live at the bottom here in wet and gloomy Melbourne in Victoria, and I visited here, the state of Queensland, the Sunshine Coast. To outsiders like me, Queensland always looked like a fun, sunshine-filled tropical paradise. So why has it taken me till now to make this episode? Because, well, simply put, I was going to put the footage together for an episode, but then the global crisis happened. And during that, other stuff was going on, like I had to move house. So I just got carried away with other things and forgot all about it. But it's kind of eerie going through some of the footage and seeing everyone out and about and really happy, blissfully unaware of the tough times and hardship that awaited them just around the corner. As in, like, a month or two. And yes, because this is from a few years ago, back then I looked a little bit cuddly. But aside from that, come and join me on this trip as I head around Brisbane, where I go to a Warner Brothers theme park and Brisbane ComicCon, where along the way I see many interesting things, meet interesting people, and try to conquer my fear of heights. So, let's check it out. Well, this is the view, and as you can see, it is really, really sunny, and it is really, really hot, and there is absolutely no cloud in the sky. Very, very nice. And that building there looks like a giant electric shaver, so that's pretty cool. And our room even has some art decor, to which we have, this. Yeah, how lovely. It reminds me of this time that I had a heap of tequila, and then I kind of puked all over the place, and yeah, well, yeah. Hey guys, it's Minty here, and you may notice that I'm not in front of my usual background. That is indeed because I am not at my usual location. Heck, I'm not even in the same state. Yes, I have left wet and gloomy Melbourne, and I am now in Queensland. Yes, right in the Sunshine Coast, for this special episode where I tour around Queensland, going from Warner Brothers to Comic-Con and, you know, some looking around Brisbane in between. Let's see what Brisbane has to offer. Let's see how great it is. So, on my very first day in Brisbane, I was heading to Warner Brothers Movie World, which I believe is Australia's only movie-themed theme park. It's like our equivalent to Universal Studios in America. And I remember back in the day, the theme park was huge, especially during the 90s when I was a kid. Everyone wanted to go there. The big entrance usually has the Warner Brothers logo sitting right there, so I was disappointed to see it was blacked out with some random sign, but, you know, whatever, what can you do? I'm still here. And what do I find when I get there? The Batmobile from Batman Forever. This, I believe, was the actual Batmobile that was used, and it was actually there when I went there as a kid. Yeah, something you'll notice about this place is there's lots of DC superhero theme going on. Lots of DC superhero rides. And look at what we got here, the Hall of Justice. Right out of the Super Friends. And as you can see, I'm trying to get a selfie with it and it's just not working.
What about that purple one?
And maybe if I go over here. There, that's better. Yep, I just could not get that perfect selfie that I wanted. Yeah, you keep trying to take that selfie, buddy. And once again, here we have all our DC superheroes. And this is inside the Hall of Justice. And it looked pretty cool, no complaints here. Oh, and look at this! I finally got that selfie I wanted. See, if you keep trying, you eventually succeed. And yes, one thing you'll notice about the scenery of this place is there's lots of roller coasters and palm trees. And DC superheroes, of course. Lots and lots of DC superheroes. But you know, if you love DC superheroes, this place is your golden ticket to happiness. And as you can see, it was a very warm tropical day, because Queensland has a very warm tropical climate. Look, even the local wildlife came out to join in the fun. I guess the wildlife around here are also DC fans. That ride you're looking at is the Green Lantern ride. And this ride here is the Superman ride. I don't know what these rides have to do with Superman and the Green Lantern, but there you go. And look here, we got the Batboat from Batman Forever. Before, we had the Batmobile, and now we have the Batboat. And here we have the Justice League and a Warner Brothers stage because, like Universal Studios, they do also use these sound stages to make movies and TV shows. What we have here is the Dirty Harry Bar. Go ahead, make my daiquiri. And here we have Gotham City Hall from 1989's Batman. And why is the 89 Batmobile tucked away, whereas the Batman Forever one is all proudly on display? They need to switch that around and put that Batmobile on display. And I do believe that this is the actual set that was used for the 1989 movie, and they brought it to Warner Brothers, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, it looks great being there. Once again, why was this Batmobile tucked and hidden away, but the other one was on display? That's a logic I just don't get. And here we have an entrance to Arkham Asylum, and it didn't look very appetizing, so I didn't go in it. Here I am with Catwoman.
Meow.
Now here's an interesting thing. I saw a photo opportunity to take a picture with Batman, and some of you who saw my previous video about the Warner Brothers theme park from when I was a kid would know that when I was a kid, there was a Batman there who told me to get lost, and it was a very upsetting part of my childhood. So I got my revenge. I went there and I told him to get lost. Yes, it was a proud moment. Finally, I put Batman in his place. And here we have the chocolate factory. I think it's meant to look like the candy store from that film. And there's an old Wild Wild West section.
Got a stick!
Here I am in the Wild Wild West.
Yeah, man.
We're in the West.
You better watch out.
Welcome.
Because he's alright, we got his back, but you're in trouble, man.
Now these cowboy guys were hilarious. They really got into character. As you can see, I'm just sort of awkwardly standing there grinning and laughing. I honestly don't know what to do because these guys, they just went on and on. They didn't stop. I mean, you've got to give them credit. They really took the part seriously and they really got into the role. But I was kind of standing there like, I don't know what to say.
Going
Yeah,
down.
what he said, what he
Come
said.
here, you
Going
gotta
down.
do with
I
us.
see you in there.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Last person that came here, we, what did we do, Bart?
We blew him up.
Yep. Dynamite.
It's true.
That's right.
Boom.
Oh.
Kablamo.
You're alright, though.
That's where I got
thank you,
this.
thank you.
That's where I got the scar.
Yeah.
I didn't run away quick enough.
No.
I went boom. And I was like, ah,
Got a
damn.
big belly.
A few moments later.
I'm his friend. Best buddies for life,
Yeah, that's
man.
my friend.
I have no friends.
Nah, he's a loner.
Alright, you're watching Minty Comedic Arts until next time.
All
What's a
right, see you
comedic
next
art?
time. Not if you come here.
I really did like this Wild Wild West setting. It actually did look like a set from an old Western movie. And here we are at Arkham Asylum. Warner Brothers is definitely the place of roller coaster tracks and palm trees. Although I do love how freaky deaky they made Arkham Asylum look. Now that is one nasty looking chair. I would most definitely not want to sit in that chair. You're bound to get a tetanus infection. And this freaked me out. The car started to smoke. I didn't know if that was like part of the show or if there was a problem. And here he is, the big man himself, Superman. So the real Superman, he doesn't look like Christopher Reeve or Henry Cavill, but, that guy. I really do appreciate how they tried to make this place look like, you know, an old classic kind of Hollywood. Here we have Boot Hill. I didn't really see many boots, and it actually wasn't really a hill. Back to Gotham City Hall, because why not? Yeah, I really like that place. And look, the Daily Planet! We've gone from Gotham City to Metropolis. And once again, roller coasters and palm trees. But damn it if the landscape just didn't look really fun and enjoyable. And like the sign says, that's all folks, but don't worry, there's still plenty of adventures left. Hey guys, welcome to day 2 of this Brisbane trip, and today is ComicCon. The weather at the moment's a bit weird. We've got blue skies, but you know, every once in a while there'll be a bit of a chill in the air. It was 6 o'clock this morning. It was actually bucketing it down with rain. So anyway, on with ComicCon Brisbane 2019. Let's check it out and see what happens. So here I was at Brisbane ComicCon, and if the theme at Warner Brothers Movie World was DC, then I must say, at Comic-Con it was definitely Marvel. Like, don't get me wrong, there was some DC, but yeah, this Comic-Con was definitely more Marvel orientated. Now, usually when I go to a Comic-Con in Melbourne, no one really recognises me, but I was actually pleasantly surprised. Quite a few people noticed me here and they wanted to talk and have a chat and hang out, and that's really nice. Minty coming to you live here from Brisbane Comic-Con with some fans. Woo! Minty! See ya! In fact, there was one guy dressed up as Jack Torrance, complete with like the door, the door with the hole in it where he sticks his head through. And I saw this guy standing around there, and I thought I just gotta get some footage of him, like standing with the door, maybe putting his head through it.
You study!
Yeah. That's Jack from the Overlook. Because I was just so caught up in thinking that this was Jack Torrance, you know, he said to me, Minty, I love your show, I love the way you talk about movies. So my reply to him was, I love your movie, you know, I love the way you got the axe and tried to murder your family. Yeah, not one of my brightest moments. Now this guy here dressed up as the Joker was really nice and really wanted to make sure that I got some good shots and was really welcoming for me to film him, but I never got to thank him, so if he's watching this or if anyone knows him, tell him thank you from me. But what I can take away from this experience overall is more people watch my show in Brisbane than they do in Melbourne. And I must say that the place was full of really nice people. There was a really great atmosphere, really good vibes, everyone was friendly and just, well, having a really good time. So anyway, just outside the Comic-Con was this really big Ferris wheel called the Wheel of Brisbane. And I really wanted to go in it, but I am terrified of heights and I get really bad vertigo to the stage where I'm nearly gonna puke and have a panic attack. But I really wanted to get a good shot of the city. I thought it looked amazing and the way the sunlight was glistening on it. So I went on it. I struggled a little bit, but I persevered and tried to get some good footage. I actually went back on it a second time to try and get some more footage. And at that stage, as you can imagine, I was really feeling quite sick. But it's okay, I put on my big boy pants and soldiered on and I came out a better person. And then lo and behold, underneath the Ferris wheel was a marathon with someone dressed up as Adam West's Batman holding the bomb. You know, the sometimes you just can't get rid of a bomb thing.
Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Who knows, maybe these guys just did a prison break from Comic-Con, I don't know. But going on this Ferris wheel and seeing this was a nice way to end a very exciting day.
Hey guys, it's Minty here. This is the last day of being in Queensland. As you can see, I'm wearing my Back to the Future t-shirt. It may as well say back to Melbourne. I don't want to go. I've had lots of fun here. Yeah. Today is the last day once again, and I think it's just a lounging around Brisbane kind of day. Right.
Well, there's no denying it, guys. Brisbane is a really pretty city. I know I already said this about Warner Brothers, but there's something about it that looks really classic Hollywood. I think it's the building architecture mixed in with the palm trees. But yeah, everyone's always talking about which city's better, Melbourne or Sydney. I say to heck with that, go check out Brisbane. This place is amazing. Just everything about this place just looked very visually pleasing on the eye. I mean, come on, this city even made a giant onion look appealing. Yeah, giant onion. So yeah, in this last day, I was just sort of strolling around, sort of in a bit of a malaise, preparing myself to go home. I had only gone for a few days, but that's all I needed. I don't really like being away from home for too long, so I was ready to now go back. But I was really, really glad that I took this trip, broaden my horizon. Go and see a bit more of Australia and, of course, the world. And I'm really, really glad I made this trip. I saw lots of interesting things and many interesting, fascinating people. And everywhere I went, I was made to feel very, very welcome. This trip back in 2019 was a very happy, welcoming place. And so guys, just like that, my trip was over and it was now time to board my plane and go back home to wet and rainy old Melbourne. But in all seriousness, once again, I did really have a great time here. And I think I'll always carry a piece of Brisbane with me forever now, and I would definitely go back and return sometime, definitely. And once again, there's just something very eerie watching this old footage, knowing the heartache and the nightmares that would follow. Not too long after these recordings were made. And yes, it is a weird feeling seeing everyone out and about and enjoying their lives, not knowing what was around the corner. But the wonderful thing about us people is that we always pull through, and we have this wonderful knack of never focusing on the negative experiences and always remembering the positive ones. And that is this trip in a nutshell. And you know what? Who knows where this journey of life will take me in the future? Maybe I'll make more fun and exciting trips. And, well, maybe just like this one, I'll even document it. Because life is always an adventure. And I always like to keep that adventure with me forever. So that was my trip. Thanks for coming on it with me. I hope you had a great time. And of course, see ya.